We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy to get people actually to love their servitude. First of all, to standardize the population, to iron out inconvenient human differences, to create, so to say, mass-produced models of human beings arranged in some kind of a scientific caste system. A number of the predictions, which were purely fantastic when I made them 30 years ago, have come true or seem in process of coming true. That a number of techniques about which I talked seem to be here already, and that there seems to be a general movement in the direction of this kind of ultimate revolution, this method of control by which people can be made to enjoy a state of affairs which, by any decent standard, they ought not to enjoy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Howard Nema. Thank you for watching Truth Talk News. There is no greater tyranny than that which is perpetrated under the shield of law and in the name of justice. Certainly the theme that should be in all of our minds every day, because there is nothing worse than shielding tyranny with justice, like in the case of Mark Bowles, who's been railroaded by the corrupt forces in the St. Cloud, Minnesota legal jurisdiction under Judge Frank Kundrat. Horrible story. It continues to this day. I'll get an update on Diana's situation. I know she hasn't had any contact with Mark for some time, but a lot of you are probably tuning in here to get an update. I really have no further information at this time. I did leave a message, and as soon as I hear from her, I'll probably make a comment about it tomorrow, certainly on the Independence Day broadcast. Now, everybody really, it's still light out. Tune in tomorrow night, because we're going to talk about Independence Day. I'm going to give a little bit of an idea about this. We need a new Independence Day. We need a new Declaration of Independence. A resurgence to the fact that all of the principles put in place on that date have been thrown to the wayside, have been eviscerated, have been tattered and torn and ripped and shredded by many presidential administrations, not just Obama. Bush, again, same thing. So make no mistake about it, the left and the right are working together for this new world order. It exists, it's real, it's happening. So tonight I'd like to talk about a few things. The idea of culture versus what would be known as morality. The fact that our culture has been pretty much has been influenced by immoral things and war and violence and terrible, sadistic things and horrible things, all in the name of freedom of expression under constitutional protection, but yet they want to take your guns away. So that makes no sense to me at all. Also, I have a lot of information to go over tonight regarding MKUltra and also the CIA connections to a lot of the events that are going on here. Now, I know several people who have been involved with MKUltra. One or two of them closely, and peripherally several others. Over 100,000 people were traumatized and put under this thing on record, but the number is much larger. And a lot of these Disney stars, especially, and others have been put under this. I mean, these meltdowns that you see on air, ladies and gentlemen, with like people like Britney Spears when she cut her hair off, these were all, they had to put her away and reprogram her and get her back, you know, to the right thinking and getting back to because they do MK Ultra-esque experiments. Dr. Ewen Cameron, who did experiments at the Allen Institute in Montreal, Canada, at McGill University in the 50s and 60s, up to 66, 57 to 66. I have a book here that goes over a lot of this, and I was going to talk about a couple of segments from it, just to review the ideas of how they've actually worked to mind control people, to not only kill, but to play roles in society, like candidates, presidents. Bill Clinton famously was mind controlled prior to his selection. When he, there's a video, you can look it up there, Bill Clinton mind control. Put it, just Google it, you'll see it, and you judge for yourself. Oh, that's all disinformation, bullshit. Really, is it? I don't know. Do you know the truth? Have you studied MK Ultra? Have you done any research into the types of... first of all, he was a member of the Demolay Society, Bill Clinton, which is a Masonic order for children that bring them into the order to be future Freemasons. And these Freemasons are chosen, some of them, to move up in the ranks. And that is the truth. This is the power structure of the world. So to dismiss completely that, oh, Masonry is all about helping humanity, and dismiss completely the fact that there is this tremendous collusion and on-record events of evil things, not to mention their own rituals and their own dogma, for lack of a better word. It's a very, very slippery slope, this deception that we're under here, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dr. Ewen Cameron did something called psychic driving, which would be basically to put people out. He would just knock them out with drugs, keep them out for long, long periods of time, and play tapes over and over and over again in their heads. They would actually have headphones on with like helmets, or there would be speakers in the pillows. In some cases, curare was used to make sure that the people didn't move. Really, really sick, sadistic stuff was going on here back in the day. To think that it's not continuing, and to think that it didn't continue and didn't just go black when it was supposedly defunded, would be very, very naive, considering all of these, Hollywood especially is full of it, full of these plants, these programmed units. It's really an unbelievable truth. Now, I'm actually going to put on some glasses here, if you can believe it. Hold on. Okay, there I go. My first shot with glasses ever, and they're just like reading glasses. The eyes ain't what they used to be. But this is an official CIA document. It's called CIA, Black Book of Dirty Tricks. It's classified. It's a TM31210. It's a legitimate. In fact, it was given to me by Barbara Hartwell, my good friend. And blessings and prayers go out to you, Barbara, for all good things your way. She exposed Ted Gunderson, as I mentioned on the other broadcasts and a couple of other recent videos, as being in collusion and doing crimes against children, the very children that he was saying he was protecting from these satanic abuses. And then when you read about this book, now this book was given out, this was given to Barbara actually I believe it was 1969 completely. I mean, it could be 70 or 71, but it was early on in her career. And it has this how to make plastic explosives. Okay? So right there, CIA book tells me how to make plastic explosives. You know, what else? I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like a little cookbook. If you look real closely, it really is. It's like I'm gonna fan through these pages because it's just outrageous. It's like a cookbook. They have all these different little like recipes for various different devices that you could blow things up. And of course, this is all readily available through Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda websites, you know, where the terrorists like the Tsarnaev brothers got all their information, supposedly. Now, the secret government, I believe, is behind 99% of the false flag terrorism that we're under. But this is some of the stuff, I mean, just to look at this, it tells you how to do it. Make a fertilizer bomb like the Timothy McVeigh story. Carbon tet explosive. Fertilizer and Al explosive. Red or white powder propellant. Unbelievable, incredible information. And this is what we're up against here, you know. We're up against a government that does has all these dirty tricks that they then utilize and pass on, clearly, because these things are all being used. It's just unreal. I mean, I still, you know, when I got this and I looked at it, I read it, I was like, it's like a cookbook. It's a cookbook for terrorism. And I say, well, what is all the terrorism? Who's committing the terrorism? Why is all this crazy stuff in a book here to give to CIA agents so that they can blow things up? I mean, isn't that the truth? Isn't that what this is for? So that they can cook these little bombs and blow them up? I mean, wake up! So what else do the CIA plan to blow up and have used to blow up in the past and continue to do so? Oh, I need the glasses again. See that? I'm becoming a slave to these things, and I hate being a slave to anything, because freedom is where it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have that by now, I'm sure the main reason you're watching is because you dig freedom. You want freedom. You want liberty. You want knowledge about those that wish to enslave us. Alright, so this is like you cook a little thing to blow up, make a little like shaker bomb. How cool is that? And here's one where you a urea nitrate explosive. Urea nitrate can be used as an explosive munition. It is easy to prepare from nitric acid and urine. So you piss in it. How nice. It can be detonated with a blasting cap. Material required: nitric acid, 90%, and urine, 2 1-gallon heat and acid-resistant containers. Unbelievable. I mean, really. I'm not going to read off so like some crazy terrorist or someone will accuse me of being a terrorist now for sure. Oh my God, what have I done? I've exposed the fact that why do we have all this? Why does this exist? Why does this exist? Why does this? The field operative's how-to manual to make a rifle, pistol, or shotgun, how to reload, use cartridges, reload primers, make bullets, make an improvised timer, detonator, and explosives from scrap metal, and you know, other little tricks. How does this happen? How did we, you know, get to this point where our government teaches agents to blow things up.